Okay, so I'm finally making this video. I had been advised not to by, a few people at one point in time, but after everything has progressed the way it has, it is best that I do address this. Whenever I broke up with my last girlfriend, my ex, you guys know who that is, I pretty much started fresh, started brand new. She decided that we would split bills. So all of my live stream money went to the bills. So I didn't actually have any of that to fall back on. She did give me $300, but that also went to some bills. And that was August, I believe. And that was the last time I did a live with her. And yeah. So I was encouraged by a few people who knew of my situation to make a GoFundMe. And so I did that. I knew the possibility of people turning it into something that it's not. And I didn't respond the way that I should have. I responded defensively, and that's how I have been. Oh, God. Responding defensively and angrily is something I am personally working on, and I'm sorry for doing that. I felt attacked and backed into corners, and people judging my character and saying I scammed people and that I didn't use the money as intended. Whenever I made this GoFundMe, it was a shot in the dark. All I knew was that my car wasn't doing so hot. I hadn't had it looked at yet, but I knew there was something wrong with it. So I knew I was going to need help. And people were willing to help. And I'm so appreciative of that, because had it not been for that, I don't know what I would have done. I'm doing a lot better now, but with my car going out, there were some commissions that I finished and they backed out on. Some job opportunities that fell through. It's just been a really hard last 2 years. I just keep feeling like I just keep getting kicked and kicked and kicked. And that's just what it feels like, just constantly being kicked. That being said, when I made the GoFundMe and I randomly put in $2,000 because I was thinking, sure, that could get me something. And my nephew is an actual, he is a mechanic. And that is his job. That's what he does for a living. And he actually ran diagnostics on it after all was said and done. And he was like, okay, well, it's definitely the O2 sensor. He's like, there's some other codes popping up, but we're going to start with the O2 sensor. So we started with the O2 sensor because he knew my financial struggles. He knew that I wasn't doing okay. And this job market is... I know so many people who have tried to put in places, even people with college degrees and can't get jobs. I had a friend who had a dental assistant degree and couldn't get a job for that. These places say that they're hiring, but they don't want to call. So I was definitely I was pushed back. I was set back. I stopped using all of Amber Lynn's like Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, so I don't have to pay that stuff anymore. I do still owe for 1 month of Netflix, but it's not that pressing, and I don't have that extra money right now. But I had paid it in the past from my live stream money and whatnot, of course, because that's what you do whenever you are splitting bills with someone. I feel so freaking scrambled, dude. I feel like I just keep jumping everywhere. So with certain money prospects falling through, I was left scrambling and made the GoFundMe. I had I've had past experience with GoFundMe and people attacking over it and saying it was a scam. But my mom is gone. My mom passed away. I don't know how that's a scam. I don't know how having cancer and not being able to afford getting back and forth to the treatments or the surgeries, it wasn't a scam. I promise. This GoFundMe is not a scam. But I do want to apologize for the way I have handled everything. I'm pretty upset at myself for the way I've handled things. Argumentatively, snarky. I'm sorry. That was me jumping to defense, feeling like my character's being attacked and I had to attack back. I am sorry for doing that. From here on out, I want to show my character in a different light, other than being defensive in situations where I probably should have just kept my mouth shut. And, you know, I did still spend that money on my car. I still did. I had car payment, car insurance. I had to put gas in the car. Because the car's running now, but it doesn't run well for long periods of time because it starts to jerk and especially when idling, you're jerking all over the place, and whenever you're pulling out of places, it's a very slow process. You can't like lay on the gas to pull out anywhere. So I literally have to wait till nobody's coming because the turn is so slow. Still working on that. I'm hoping by this weekend my nephew will be able to finally fix the last big issue on it. So I really want to thank everyone who helped with that. A lot of the people who donated to me told me that I could use the money however I needed because they knew I was in a tight spot. and they didn't expect anything in return. And I spent the money on things I needed. Food. I had to have my bills paid. You know, I have a storage with, like, housing stuff, like, that had been given to me, like a couch, and, some personal belongings, a bookshelf, a coffee table, you know, that's stuff for whenever I can start my own life on my own. And I have to have somewhere to put that right now, so I have to pay for storage too. But I really am trying to better myself, and I have so many things that I want to try and do, and so many skills I want to learn, and I don't want to just skate through life asking people for money like some people are trying to make me out to be. You know, how far do you guys think that I could even get on $2,000? Like, if people scam people, they usually ask for more than that. My intention was never to scam. There was just so many things that hit me so hard at once that there was no way out of it. And I asked for help from strangers. And people thought I just blew the money on whatever. Going out to eat, getting a tattoo. I didn't do any of that. I have 3 tattoos, and I got them last year. And they all have significant meaning to me. And you gotta have food to eat. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I've not been taking care of myself very well, because my depression has been acting up pretty bad. And it has been, I want to say, for about 2 months. I keep trying to put on a different face for people, but I realize that I don't need to be doing that, and I need to take care of me. So I'm sorry for being in a hard position, and if people felt fooled into giving me money, and I didn't buy the car because I couldn't. I mean, so long story short, I could not get a car for $2,000 around here. And had I have gotten that car, I wouldn't have been able to pay for the insurance, pay for my current car payment, put gas in said car. My car now is actually way past oil change. I need oil change pretty bad, which I am going to be doing within the next week. I did spend the money on the car. I promise. I didn't blow it on random junk. I have nothing to show for it. I don't have random junk to show for it. Everything you see behind me, I've had for a long time. I've had for years. I mean, all my clothes are back there in plastic drawers. I mean, if I was really going to go splurge on stuff, wouldn't I have gotten a dresser or something, at least? But I mean, I'm making do with what I have. I'm happy with what I have. Me asking for some help was kind of an act of desperation, and it's embarrassing to admit that you need help sometimes. And I know people aren't going to understand or care, but I know that there's some people out there who do understand and who do care because they themselves have been through situations. But to the ones who did donate and do want their money back, the only way I can help with that is if I have actual legitimate proof, because I can't just be handing out money that I don't even have to random people who could be lying about donating just to pull one over, because some people will do that, sadly. You know, it's a kind of world where you can't really hardly trust anybody. So that being said, this will be the last time I ever, that will be the last time I ever ask for any sort of help. If I ever get in another horrible situation like I was recently in, then I'll figure it out. The GoFundMe was an absolute mistake. I'm grateful for the ones who have supported me and have sent me positive messages and who believe me and don't think I'm a terrible scamming person, because I'm not. I want to move forward from this and show you guys who I really am, and not what all of this has made me out to look like. You know, with the reputation I've come from on YouTube, there was already a lot of people that did like me and a lot of people that did not like me. And that's fair, because you can't really get to know somebody through the internet. You can't really get to know what's in someone's heart through a screen. And the only way I can repay you all now is to show you my appreciation with content. And, you know, I am not some great artist and an amazing gamer or a great singer or anything like that, but I have fun and enjoy learning to make myself better. To, you know, just because I'm not good at gaming or I'm not very good at, you know, art or whatever, it doesn't mean that I can't be. And I'm also wanting to learn how to make music with my keyboard. And right now I'm just in the process of trying to figure out how to get that downloaded on my dinosaur laptop. But if it doesn't work on the laptop, I think I'm going to try to eventually find the hookups for iPad, because you've got to buy certain things to get it to hook up to an iPad. So that's going to have to wait for a little while. Right now, I'm just focusing on trying to I also want to address, there's no flag back there. So its original meaning to me is something entirely different than what it is viewed as now, because of how it originated. And it originated by the frontman for Typo Negative, in his love of nature and his spirituality, his paganism, his Scandinavian backgrounds. That's why he created it, because it represented everything that he loved and held dearly. And their early stuff was very like thrash metal. Like, I wasn't into any of that. I got into their like more melodic gothic rock later on, whenever they pretty much sung about, you know, love and loss and just life stuff. You know, they wasn't singing about a bunch of angry stuff like they were. But I did take the flag down because of its affiliation. I felt that was right. I still have Dave Chappelle up there, in case anybody's wondering. What else do I need to address? So, I am apologizing for the misunderstanding of this GoFundMe situation. Whenever I first started, I thought it was just going to be either getting a car or completely fixing this car. But then all this other stuff happened in the middle of it, and I couldn't afford a car that was even going to run right. I mean, yeah, you can buy one on Facebook Marketplace for $900, but it's probably only going to last you like 2 days, and then I'm in the same situation I was in. A car that doesn't run, a car that doesn't work. So I couldn't buy a new car, and I couldn't put it back because I didn't have any money. I just want to thank everyone who has helped me through this terrible time of my life, and for the ones who have stood by me. And I'm sorry to the ones who felt misled or lied to or kept in the dark. That was never my intention. That was never my intention. I promise. And from here on out, I want to move forward and try to prove myself as not what people are trying to make me out to look like. So, that being said, I'm going to end this video. And thanks everyone who listened this long and who understand. I'm going to keep trying to better myself and push forward through this life, because isn't that the only option we have, is to proceed and learn. So thank you guys very much.